Chelsea are a company that specify in developing sensors, optics and acoustics for marine science, environmental practices, the maritime industry, the defence and also process control. We are exhibiting at SMM for the first time this year, and we are focusing on our maritime industry, which is specifically ballast water monitoring and also exhaust gas scrubber monitoring. The exhaust gas scrubber monitoring system and our ballast water monitoring system are the two biggest developments out of Chelsea Technologies in the last 12 months. Last year we had our Sea Sentry exhaust gas scrubber monitoring system fully developed and certified by DNV, and that has taken off this year, and it monitors the inlet and the outlet of scrubber systems to monitor the PAH, and it automatically corrects for temperature, pH, turbidity and absorbance. So it's a very, very unique system that can handle any water type, and it can work with open loop, closed loop and hybrid scrubber systems. Our other huge is very relevant, especially after last week, is our ballast water monitoring system. So last week Finland signed up to the Ballast Water Management Convention, so the convention has now been ratified. This will mean that ships have to monitor their ballast water by installing treatment systems, and then they have a range of parameters that they have to monitor. They have a bacteria section, a phytoplankton section and a zooplankton section. Fast Ballast is our compliance monitoring device for the 10 to 50 micron range outlined in the D2 regulations. This has been ratified this month as Finland has signed up to the convention. Now all ships will be required to install a treatment system and also monitor that this treatment system is effective. We have two solutions for this that we have developed. We were funded by the US Coast Guard to develop a portable compliance device. So Port State Control can go on and do a spot analysis of a treatment system. The technology that we developed for this is so sensitive that we have been able to apply it to flowing water. So now we can provide an integrated solution with a ballast water treatment system as well. And this will continually monitor the efficiency and efficacy of a treatment system. So you will get a representative sample of your treated ballast water, and you'll be able to send this data shoreside to show that you're fully compliant. So yeah, they have been the two solutions that we have come out with this year. With regards to best practices of compliance monitoring, it's all coming to a new era, and it's a lot of technology is being developed for the treatment and the monitoring. There are crude analysis techniques like PAM fluorometry, which can give an indicative result of whether you are gross non-compliant or not. This will give you a rough idea. It's like the difference between a litmus test and a pH probe. So we've developed the technology that is as accurate as a digital pH probe. So this will allow you to know if you are compliant to the D2 regulations outlined by the IMO and the US Coast Guard. Other more crude measurements will only give you an indication if you are grossly non-compliant or not. By having such sensitive technology in Fast Ballast, we can take so many measurements per second, which allows us to analyze the actual cell size that is within the sample, so we can discriminate between the 10 and the 50 micron size range, and therefore this allows us to actually produce a cell count. So we can as accurately as microscopy tell if you're on the boundary within the D2 regulations. The integrated solution allows you to analyze flowing water and get that more representative sample, which should be integrated with the ballast water treatment system, and this will be the future of ballast water technology. These monitoring regulations for both exhaust gas and for ballast water are only going to become more stringent. Both fast ballast and sea sentry have been future-proofed to allow for these more stringent regulations. For example, with fast ballast, we can detect cells, that are only a couple of microns in diameter, and it's these sorts of cells that are actually the biggest threat of the types of invasive species. So when the regulations become more stringent, the technology is already available. So this is our first time at SMM this year. As I said, these are relatively new products in Chelsea's range. We've developed them in the last 12 months, and this is us stepping into the maritime business sector. We've developed sensors and optics for a very long time, over 50 years, so it's just a key area that we have progressively developed into. So it's meeting a lot of clients that we have become familiar with over the last 5-7 years, and also to meet new ones.